numbers are significant to this message? My God, that was so much, y'all. That took like an hour and a half. Jesus. Okay, 29. Somebody here could be 29, be born on the 29th, or be a life path 11 or 2, or be born in 1992. One more. Thanks, Melinda. I just read what you wrote. Okay, I'm glad. Thanks for confirming that there was a point. Because I used to get channel messages and just like get distracted and not write them down and tell myself, you'll remember them later, it'll be fine. And then I realized that I don't remember them. So that's why, like, because I'm serious about these messages and this collective, I feel like, you know, your angels, your spirit team assigns certain readers, certain spiritualists, certain prophetess or prophets to deliver these messages. So there's obviously for somebody. So I hold space and make patience for it, but I didn't expect it to go this long, so sorry. But anyway, Master Builder number 22 could be significant. Light Path 4, somebody could be 22 or be born on the 22nd. Okay, play with those numbers. Those could be like an address, a unit number, last four of a phone number, a social, part of a license. I mean, play around with it. Let's get one on the big die, please. Okay, 82. Somebody here could be born in 82 or be 28 or be a life path 1, okay? 2282 or 8222, like, you know, play around with those, y'all. Maybe they resonate with somebody, phone number, or what have you, y'all. Okay, let's get initials, first, middle, last, on the alphabet die, spirit. S. Okay. F. San Fernando. San Francisco could be significant. One more. SFC. At South Carolina. CSGO. Play around, y'all. First, middle, last could be significant. What house? 10. Capricorn energy. Yeah, so this is about reputation and, you know, or you could be dealing with a Capricorn, or you could be a Capricorn, but this is about your career, your reputation, your professional achievement, your moral conditions, your direction in life, your life goals. And I feel like that ties into what I was channeling. It's like somebody here knows who they are, where they're going, and what their goals are, and they're willing to put the effort in, and they're not going to be pushed around and lower their standards or be distracted. And it's like these people don't like that, or they wanted to like chip away at your reputation or your career, or I don't know. It was some ridiculous, but this is also associated with Saturn, which is where you learn to operate within the limitations of society. I feel like these people don't do that. They don't know what the limits are. It's like they don't play by the same rules. Okay. Anyway, this is about responsibility, rules, limitations. Okay, and fears and obstruction. Okay, so any of those themes could be significant, or you could be dealing with the Capricorn. What house do we need more of? 4. Okay, house 4 is Cancer, the emotional home. You could be dealing with the Cancer, or this could just be what this house represents. What's up, Eve? Hey, y'all. So maybe what you need more of is emotional support and nurturing, especially maternal energy, family roots and foundation, supporting you in your activities. Maybe you have a lack of support. That's why you're hyper vigilant, hyper independent, because you've learned not to rely on anyone. It's like people might compliment you for this trait, but it's actually a trauma response. And you've probably not realized that for some of you, but according to psychology, it's a trauma response to be hyper vigilant and to be conditioned to really just rely on yourself and not really ask for help, and just like, you know, do everything yourself. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you could be like an overachiever or overzealous or overly highly functional because you haven't met anyone that matches your frequency, or you've already dealt with enough people that try to take from you or ruin things for you or don't keep their promises, you know. So you could be a person that has learned that, you know, you got to protect your energy. That's why you're able to stick to your boundaries, because you've maybe already been in positions where you could have lost everything, and it's serious to prevent that type of stuff. That's why you could be picky and selective with who you associate with, who you allow around your energy, who you allow to have information or access to you. I mean, that's the smart thing to do. Some people might try to demonize you for that and call you judgmental and snooty, and you think you're better than everybody. It's all bullshit. It's not real. It's actually hypervigilance is, anyway, I've said what I said. So, or you could be dealing with the Cancer, y'all. Maybe you've learned to live life with very little emotional nurturing. Okay, which is so sad, y'all. I feel like your winning season is coming, okay? Just stick to these boundaries. Don't ever lose hope that you're going to find somebody that actually shows up and appreciates you, because that's what you deserve. Everything that you do in your life, all your actions support that statement. It's like somebody who loves themselves, that's what they would do. It's like they're not able to be distracted, whatever their purpose is. They're responsible. They show up. They keep their word. They're honest. They're not ashamed of who they are. If they make mistakes, it's okay. They accept their flaws. They're willing to learn, and they don't personalize things. I mean, this could be your energy, and it's like you could be quick to negate energies, and like you can tell even if no words were actually spoken when people don't like you or when you're unwelcome. And it's like maybe in the past when you were younger you would fight and try to convince people, or but now you don't. You don't even have time to. It's like that's their loss, because you know that you're a good person. So clearly it's like to lose truly good, genuine people is always a loss, because there's not enough of them. It's like, yeah, you might hang out with those types of people on a regular occurrence, but if you were ever in real trouble, if you ever were scared, your energy is the type of energy that they would probably think of or flash before their eyes before they took their last breath. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and it's like they don't realize that. It's like while they have you, they take you for granted, and then like later is when they like realize, like, damn, I miss them, or like they're not around anymore, or they probably hate me because I'm so shitty. It's like, it's that kind of energy. So yeah, this could be about like people that don't know how to behave in society, these people, and it's like they really cross your boundaries, I feel like. And it's like you could be a really compassionate person, collective, so it probably takes more than others for you to boil it down to, I don't want to be your friend, even if you wanted to be mine at this point. Because you're the type of person that probably really tries to understand, and there's no reason to not like you, because you mean well, you're kind, you're helpful, you don't want anybody to feel disincluded, but you also know that like there should be boundaries, and that should be normal, not normalizing not having boundaries and just letting people walk all over you and pressuring you to conform to things that you don't resonate with, like that don't interest you or whatever, just to appease other people, just to feel like you belong. No, it's like we just don't belong together. That's fine. You know what I mean? It's like, so I'm proud of you if that's the case. I feel like, it might not have come easy to get to this point. Like maybe you've went through enough betrayal trauma or just situations where you just ended up realizing, shit, like people can change at the drop of a hat. I can't ever put myself in a situation anymore where I don't have like security of my own. So you could have to work a lot harder to create that stability for yourself. Maybe you're a sole provider for yourself. Maybe, and I feel like you're the type of person that could easily get somebody to date or contribute with the money, but it's like you're not interested in that anymore. You just want to be left alone and do your mission and let the divine guide you, I feel like. And you just want these people to just accept that it's okay, you've removed yourself. But they have a problem with that too, is what I'm getting, y'all. They have a problem that their strategy, their shitty diabolical plan, not only didn't work on you to chip away at your self-confidence, you just walked away, but now they can't feed off your energy. Now they've lost access. Now they're realizing, well, I didn't know that they were gonna just abandon ship. You know, it's like that energy, and it's like, well, why do you care? It's like, why do you care? You were so mean to the collective. What the fuck is the problem? Like, why would they stay with how you treated them? What the frick? They did what they thought you wanted them to do, which was, okay, I'll remove myself. I don't belong. But no, the only outcome that they were hoping for, which is horrible, it's all at your expense, is for you to self-abandon and beg them to accept you and like you and, you know, work harder to gain their approval. Which is literally the opposite of what you would ever do. And it's so funny that I feel like they were so confident because you were reactive, because your feelings were hurt, because it did hurt you, that you would continue with that and be more and more inclined to appease them in some way. But that's like literally not what's going on here. And good for you. It's like, ew. These people devalued you, they took you for granted, they didn't include you on purpose to try to make you feel some type of way, they're horrible. Why the fuck would you stay? It's like, are you out of your mind? They're used, sadly, that just tells you that they're used to people that really don't, they really are insecure and they really are doormat potential. It's very sad. That's why it's like, please don't be one of those people, y'all, just to feel like you belong in a place that you don't actually belong. Yeah, please don't. Yeah, people that you belong where you actually feel emotionally like safe, taken care of, like people are concerned for your, you know, your well-being, even at a basic fundamental level. Like there should be, yeah. Anyway, somebody could be a Leo in their South Node, or somebody's South Node could be in Leo. There could be a Leo in their South Node, or there could be somebody with a South Node in Leo. Okay. Somebody's Neptune could be in Scorpio. Somebody's Uranus can be in Sagittarius. Okay, so that's a fiery, watery energy. Okay. Yeah, these people are just like so disconnected from their souls, or like they, I don't know. It's like they don't want to see anybody else self-actualize, because then they can't control that person, which means like they lose numbers. They lose control. They lose the sense of hierarchy. And it's just all ridiculous. It's like, did you ever grow up from middle school, or are you still stuck back there? People don't behave like this as adults, y'all, unless they're toxic and mentally not healthy. Okay. So yeah, that could be Leo, what was it? No, Cancer and Capricorn could be significant, as well as fire and watery energies. So let's see, what is the overall spiritual energy? Wow, this is like the longest reading I've ever done in my life, y'all. But I'm here for it, dude. I feel like it's good reading. Capricorn's your ex? Okay. Awesome. Thanks for letting me know. I like when people throw out confirmations. Okay. So war and strife. Yeah, they wanted to go to war with you. But it's like, you have this eloquence. You have this, you know, it's like, you know that they need to take that up with God. It's like, they need divine forgiveness. Yeah, it's like they were on a mission here. They thought something was funny. And it like totally backfired. They like literally didn't even consider the possibility that it would go the way it is. Yeah, look, fame and renown. They were on a mission for some kind of clout, recognition, fame and renown, some kind of delusional hierarchy, or maybe you have a platform, maybe you have influence or power, and they wanted to just take it or gain it, or, you know, use it how they wanted to, or whatever this is. They were on a mission. 22 again, y'all. 22 could be significant. 2222 could be significant, or 22 on its own, master builder number. Somebody here could be 34 or 43. September could be significant. Life path 9, 7, 4, and 5. Yeah, it's like they need to take it up with God, y'all, and get forgiveness with the divine, because it's like that has nothing to do with you. It's like you've separated yourself, I feel like, and these people are very clout hungry. I'm getting, they're on a mission to be seen and have fame and notoriety and, you know, get a lot of attention. But it's like, if you have those things, that's not why you do what you do, probably. It just comes with the package, maybe, or people just like you, or, you know, what you have to say people want to hear, or maybe you're very good at something. Whatever it is, it's like they were obviously envious and they wanted to take things or just like make things harder, all at your expense, thinking that that was the way it was gonna go. Very weird. Okay, birthday, absolutely. 22, my mom, nice. Ex's birthday, my birthday, wow, y'all, okay. So we got a lot of confirmations here. So let's move on to the next part. Make sure you're following your girl, because around this time, sometimes I get abruptly disconnected, y'all, because I focus on my hands, not my face, so they do extra security prompts to make sure I'm not a bot, y'all. You don't want to be left on a cliffhanger, so just make sure you know my username or you're following me, okay? So let's see. What were they trying to do here? These weirdos, please. What the hell were they trying to do? Yeah, their masks falling out. They wanted to prove that you were masking and that you weren't who you said you were, but I feel like this is what's happening to them. Their mask is falling off. They can't hold up the charade anymore. It's like, this is good news though, because that's progress. Not for them, not to them, but they need to be humbled like forever a clock ago. And also, it's like, they're delusional. They need to be brought back down to earth. Yeah, they're in a nightmare. This could be, you know, a narcissist or somebody that just is so seasoned and just autopilot masker, shapeshifter energies. It's like you've reflected back to them something they didn't want to see, or they weren't ready to see, or that, you know, there's proof now. It's undeniable. They could be embarrassed. They could be paranoid. It's like, oh my God, what do people think of me? Can they tell that I have no soul? Can they tell that I have an agenda behind everything? Oh God, that person's actually kind, but I painted them as a monster. People are going to think I'm like a grade A hater, whatever this is. It's like, and that's the truth, sadly. I mean, that was your choice, but go get help and ascend, and then, you know, everything will be fine. Hopefully. Yeah, somebody was in a fantasy. What did I just say? They were delusional. They were not in reality here. This was, some kind of delirium in a sense, or fantasy, or because they really thought that this was the way to go, and maybe this has worked with other people, but like, why would they think it would work with you, especially if you have like a reputation or like accolades or achievements or fame and renown or whatever it is that they wanted from you, or to take from you, or to ruin for you, or whatever this is. It's like, yeah, you weren't going to be part of this conflict. You're not going to argue with people that like literally are irrational and you could tell don't like you for whatever reason. It's like, if they don't want to tell you why, okay, well, then we just won't associate then. And no, you can't have my network. You can't have the things that you're trying to take from me either. You weirdo. It's like, how are you going to hate on me, try to ruin my life, and then act like I ain't shit, yet you're trying to take from me. So clearly I am shit. And you just want to convince people that I'm not, while also garnering my benefits or my perks somehow of what I've built for myself. It's like really funny. It's like grade A haters, y'all, are like masked secret admirers in a sense, y'all. Because why are they so obsessed with you? Why are they going this far? Why are they in this daydream? And why did they choose you? It's like weirdos, y'all. Yeah, so they're not getting this blessing, or they lost the blessing. Maybe you're the blessing. Maybe what you come with, what you bring to the table is the blessing. Or maybe they wanted to destiny swap with you and like literally steal like some kind of gift or blessing that you have. Whether it's a tangible, like, you know, thing, or like, you know, career, or your kind energy, or your, you know, whatever it is. It's like you unmasked this fool, y'all, or this group, or whatever this is. And I don't even think you tried. I think you just continued living your life path, y'all. And you didn't back down. You were okay with taking the losses and the sacrifices that came with you standing up for yourself. And you never stopped defending your truth. And like that was really powerful because they thought that they'd get to see you crumble or something. I don't know. These people aren't used to dealing with people that actually love themselves or have things to lose. Yeah, look, the Masquerade. Hiding your true self projection, y'all. You can't make it up, dude. That's what comes out. That's so funny. Yeah, this person lives their life in at a masquerade. They don't ever come home and take it off and take their makeup off. It's supposed to be one day in October on Halloween, but they fucking take it way far, y'all. They sleep with that mask on. They wake up with that mask on. Yeah, man. It's masquerade all day, every day. Yeah. The tailor, attention to detail. Yeah, they take great attention to detail to perform and, you know, hide their true self. Probably because they're ashamed of whatever that is, okay? Maybe you should look at that. The wound is where the light can enter, y'all. The wound is where you go. Even though that's the scariest place. So let's just say you're afraid of rejection or abandonment or conflict. You need to go directly to that wound and inspect and figure out why. And, you know, do some shadow work or practice healthier coping mechanism, whatever it is. It's like masking is no way to live, y'all. That's how the fuck do you have the energy for it? It's like you're wasting your whole life. It's like the biggest like travesty is to live a life not as yourself. Like what? What's the point then? Like what? That's not why you were like. Do you know how rare it is to be born, y'all? It's more rare than winning the Powerball. And have any of you won that? No, I don't think so. I sure haven't. It's like, are you kidding me? It's more rare to be born. It's like you were the one that got here. There's a reason. You have some kind of purpose or mission. You're supposed to be doing something, not masking. You know, you need to discover who you are. You need to self-actualize and be okay with the sacrifices that come along the journey to end up to where you're meant to go, to who you're meant to be around, you know? It's like, sorry, y'all. My throat chakra is dry. Hold up. I've been talking too much. Okay. So, the puppeteer in reverse. Somebody can't puppeteer anymore. They're not a master manipulator, mastermind marionette anymore because clearly this strategy failed. So, and you're not forgotten. They wanted you to be, it's like out of sight, out of mind. It's like if they could just like, you know, paint you as a devalued energy, like there's nothing to see here, and it's like they thought that would be the end of it, but you could have built yourself back up again, or you could have had another network to go to that you are accepted in, or you didn't give up, that wasn't the end of your journey. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, look at what's at the bottom, the warrior. Come on. Yeah, it's like you could be such a warrior and a queen. Look at this. And an alchemist, y'all. Whoa. They were not expecting that because you could be like really kind, and these types of people mistake kindness for weakness. They think that you're like a pushover and naive and stuff. It's really ridiculous because you're if you're all these energies, you're literally the opposite. You're their worst nightmare. Way more powerful than they've ever even dreamed of being, okay? But they pretend to be, and you're the real thing. So it's like, because you're so kind, or because you're so diplomatic, I'm hearing, and, you know, you don't personalize things, which that's what they wanted you to do. They wanted you to be reactive and join in on the chaos and prove that you're toxic, but it was like, you know, they were trying to lure you in and bait you into being that way. So even if you had, there would have been justifiable reason for that behavior, but I feel like you ascended above this. It could have been the hardest thing you ever had to do if this was like had to do with like an ex that you loved and like just their family didn't like you, or your best friend and their people didn't like, I don't know. It's like something that probably hurt, but it's like, yeah, not enough to dim your creativity. You're an artist, you're a visionary, you're a creative, or you're productive, you're self-motivated, like you have a purpose, like you have something that beckons you that you have to do still. And it's like, they didn't want to see that. They didn't want to see you like get back up or, yeah, but you're determined. And if you're a real queen or queen rising or king rising, you know, or a king or emperor, empress, it's like, you know that sacrifice comes with the territory, unfortunately. It's like, for all I know, some of you could have even really gotten used to just knowing that things are temporary and people switch up, and it's like, which that shouldn't be like the assumption, but sadly it's understandable if you have it. A lot of people out here are just like ridiculously selfish and low vibrational and disloyal, but I feel like you're very determined, and it's like either you're coming with and you're going to vibrate at my level, or you need to get off the ship, because this ship is moving forward either way. So you guys can, you know, I'm going to take my ship here and I'm going to go in a different direction then. That's fine. But you continued with something here, and you alchemized this energy, this what could have been ruin and destruction and defeat. I feel like you turned into, if you're creative especially, you know, you alchemized it into something productive or beautiful even, or inspirational here. I feel like whoever this is, you're very determined and balanced, and you can tell when something's a threat to your balance and your sanity and your stability and your peace, okay? And I feel like you fight for your peace. You also fight for people that fight for you. Sadly, I feel like you're the one that fights for other people much more than you experience that, but it's okay, because all that good karma is going to come back to you. This person is so frustrated that they can't puppet you. The fact that they thought that they could, it's like they're so out of their jurisdiction, they're not even close. They would never be able to dictate your life. And I feel like this person really thought that they'd be able to. This person could actually be very successful at getting people to do what they want them to do. But that shit, you're like protected from that. And I don't know if it's because you've already been through, it's like this is not your first rodeo, or you just have a purpose that fulfills you with or without people by your side. You know, maybe you know who you are and you like who you are. You genuinely like who you are, and if people don't like you and you don't understand that, you can not personalize it because you're emotionally intelligent. You know what I mean? Yeah, you guys could be earth angels, shamans, witches, healers, light workers. You could be shapeshifters in a positive way. You could be alchemists, y'all, ancestors in training, spiritual warriors, multiple of those energies in one. I mean, it's like you're determined with something. It's like, and I feel like if you've had a really rough experience on Earth with people, I feel like you're also very likable though. But when it comes to deeper connections, maybe you run into issues because your energy takes up space, and it's meant to, and people just don't know what to do with that. It's like it attracts them, and then it